Hello, I am Zander Leman, and I'm here today with Granvy's Viewfinder, and I have the greatest pleasure of comparing and contrasting the Blu-ray and DVD releases of Batman the Animated Series in my Batcave. Now, as you can see, I'm a huge fan of the series, no brainer, because I've got Batman galore on this table. So both of these releases have their merits. But the question is, ladies and gentlemen, which is better? So let's start with a little background information on Batman the Animated Series. Back in 1989, after the success of the movie Batman with Michael Keaton, Warner Brothers decided to do a little TV show. So they called in Bruce Timm and Paul Dini, two of the greatest geek geniuses ever, and they made magic. From having a stellar voice cast to compelling story arcs and characters, great character designs. It's more than just a kid's show. It's an everyone show. It's got adult themes and characters. It's got education. It's got comedy. It's got romance. For a Jewish kid on the spectrum, this show is something that can resonate with me. From the dark and brooding and tragic broken Batman, to the demented Joker, to the heartbreaking, tragic Michael Ansara's Mr. Freeze. So cold and so sad that he can't even acknowledge his own emotions. It told me I'm not alone. That I had something that I could attach myself to. And so, because I believe in the grayness of the world, that there isn't no black and white, that there's gray, I was able to feel I could grow with it. And so for that, I thank you, Bruce Timm and Paul Dini. You guys are the best. So let's get into the box sets. The DVDs were released in the early 2000s, while the Blu-ray was released on October 30th, 2018. I got it for Hanukkah, bros. Both are fantastic, but the question is, which is the definitive version? So let's start with the DVDs. I got them at Barnes & Noble, and they're a little frayed, which, as any DVD collector will know, happens. It's unfortunate, but it's there. Now, the one that has the most problems, though, is the fourth season, as it has some pretty bad scratching on the DVDs themselves. However, there's also another problem. Its menu. Oh god, that menu. It's incessant, it's screechy, it flashes way too much for it to be epilepsy-friendly. I hate it. Sorry, folks, but that fourth season is not for you. Other than that, though, they do have commentaries and they do have some good special features. Not a lot of them, but at least some special features, which is more than you can say for other TV shows at least. I personally am a little biased because I bought them, and I hunted for them, and I was diligent. So on a scale of 1 to 10, I gave it at least a 8.9. So now let's turn to the Blu-ray. First, let's start with presentation. We've got a booklet, the 3D animation cards, and 3 Funko Pops. I'll get back to all those in a minute. But they also give us a good Blu-ray cover, which is amazing. Really well done. And it also fits the tone of the series, which is a plus. So presentation-wise, to quote Mr. Freeze, it's impressive. Honestly, well done. So now let's get into the Blu-ray discs. And boy did they deliver. Of them, there are about 12, several bonus discs, several documentaries, and much, much more. Not to mention the fact that it smells awesome, like a book. The Blu-ray has cleaned up visuals and sounds, that's for sure. A grand improvement over the DVD. It was restored from the original negatives to produce a crisp product. The colors are retouched to give a more lifelike look. So 2 things I particularly love about this. 1, the heartfelt note from writer-producer Alan Burnett. And they even included the hit movies Batman Mask of the Phantasm and Batman and Mr. Freeze Sub-Zero, both also restored from their original negatives. Onto the laminated 3D cards. First, I want to appreciate the cover here, which shows Batman on top of a building with a bat symbol in the background. Love that. They're each wonderfully well done. One shows Poison Ivy catching Batman in her trap. Another shows this one still from the Joker's first appearance, Batman, Christmas with the Joker. One of the unknown ingredients for a lot of things is love, and they poured a lot of that in. Now we have the only downside, the Funko Pops. It's because of the coloring and the design. Batman's eyes are too wide. They're not the familiar glare pattern from the series. There's also the fact that he's painted wrong. Instead of being black with gray highlights, instead it's blue, looking more like the Batman from the 1966 Adam West series. A little too out of character for me. There's also the Joker. His hair is not spiky as it should be. Harley Quinn's is spot on though. And while I do appreciate that they gave us little toys, I think they could have just done a little bit better. So what's the verdict? Well, while the DVDs did a good job, they're nowhere near the Blu-ray. Triumphant in all its 12 out of 10 glory, with its stunning visuals and sound and audio and everything else. But the greatest thing about it is the love put into it. If you're a fan of the show, then you should accept nothing less than the best experience, which is the Blu-ray by far. Sorry, I take great pride in watching this on my big screen. For a person who loves this show, it's a great honor to know that the people who made it also love it, enough to go into this amount of detail just to bring this to the quality it deserves. So, thank you everyone. I'm Zander Leman from Grandview's Viewfinder, and in honor of the late, great Adam West, I'm going to tell you this. I'll see you again. Same bat time, same bat channel. Bye-bye!